Hey, this is Guided by Faith. I'm Jay Holland, looking forward to a new series that's actually going to cover the next upcoming month. Let me tell you about it as we start, and then we'll jump right into it. When I was about 18 years old, I was going into college, and for the first time, even though I got saved when I was 6 years old, I really committed to reading God's Word every day. And as that was starting, I reached out to my youth pastor and told him that this was something that I felt like I wanted to do. And he made a suggestion that was so helpful to me. It's something that I've repeated over and over again in my life, and it was a great way to develop a daily Bible reading habit. His suggestion was to go to the book of Proverbs. And he said, look, in Proverbs, there are 31 chapters, and in the longest months of the year, there are 31 days. And so whatever the date is on the calendar, read that chapter that corresponds to that date. So, if it's the 15th, then read Proverbs 15. And that way, if you mess up, Jay, if you miss a day or two, then, or even 5 days, you don't feel like you have to go catch up, because if you're trying to catch up, sometimes that demoralizes people. So you just start with whatever it is. And the beautiful thing about Proverbs is every single chapter can be read as a standalone chapter. And truthfully, most verses in Proverbs can be read as standalone verses, or at least maybe 2 or 3 verses together. So what we're going to do, today is actually June 30th, and it's kind of a neat way to start if you're listening to these in the day they come out. Today's June 30th, so instead of starting with Proverbs 1 today, we're going to start with Proverbs 30. And then tomorrow, July 1st, we'll go back to Proverbs 1. And you're going to see that you don't miss anything by picking up in the middle of the month, whenever the month is. So let me read to you the small section of Proverbs that we're going to focus on today, and then we'll talk about it. And it's about the prayer that you didn't know that you needed. Proverbs 30, verses 7 through 9 says this: 2 things I ask of you, deny them not to me before I die. Remove from me, far from me, falsehood and lying. Give me neither riches nor poverty. Feed me with the food that is needful for me, lest I be full and deny you and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of my God. So the prayer is really kind of a 2-part prayer. God, help me to not be filled with falsehood and lying. But number 2, and this is the part that I really want to focus on, is give me neither riches nor poverty. If I have poverty, I might be tempted to steal. I might be tempted to try to do unethical things. But if I have riches, I'm going to be tempted in another way. I'm going to be tempted that I have arrived, that I have what I need, that I don't need God, that I'm better than other people. So instead, the prayer is, God, will you give me just enough? You know what I need. And so I pray that you would give me what I need. To me, that echoes Jesus' prayer in the Sermon on the Mount, where he teaches us to pray. And part of that is, Lord, give us this day our daily bread. And I've realized this. Most prayers in my life are prayers for more. And maybe that's the same for you. Lord, I need this. Lord, I need this. Lord, I need this. But this one's a prayer not for more, but for enough. God, would you give me contentment with what I have? Would you supply my needs, but not so far beyond my needs that I might forget that I need you? And what I love about this is we learn that a heart that depends on God for daily needs grows humble, it grows honest, and it's less distracted by status. It's less distracted by accumulation. Now, I imagine you could go through your house today and you could find a few dozen, a few hundred, or if you really went through it, you could probably find over 1,000 items in your house that are no longer used in any kind of practical way. You could probably have, you think about Avengers and how Thanos snapped his fingers and half of all life disappeared. I bet in the same way, if somebody could snap their fingers and half of the things in your house disappeared, you'd probably go on just fine, depending on what those things were. What does that mean? It means that we have chased a lot of stuff thinking that they're going to provide status, thinking that they're going to provide happiness, and instead all they did was wear us out chasing them. And so this is a prayer: God, give me contentment. Lord, give me enough, but not too much. And I hope that if you can start praying something like this when you're young, then you're going to have so much greater joy as you go forward. Your bank account's actually probably going to be fuller because you realize that the next thing and the next thing and the next thing are not going to bring satisfaction. You'll be more generous, you'll be more grateful, and I think you'll be more ethical because you're not going to be falsely chasing things that don't really matter. So here's a great example. We started today in Proverbs 30, not in Proverbs 1. And we didn't even read the whole chapter. We just read a couple verses, but there's enough in here for the day. And so I encourage you today, pray to God, Lord, give me what I need, not so little that I desperately go somewhere else for it, and not so much that I distance myself from you. Lord, you know what I need even more than what I do. And so I pray that you give me just enough to satisfy my needs, but to keep me dependent on you. That's an awesome prayer for today. Now come back tomorrow. We'll start back at the beginning of Proverbs, chapter 1, because it'll be July 1st, and we'll see that there's wisdom from God from the very beginning of Proverbs all the way through. It's good to talk to you today. I'll see you tomorrow.